This week, Massive Attack pulled out of 3 Points. I'm not totally sure why. I hope everything's okay. But 3 Points quickly replaced Massive Attack with Soulwax. Now, I've never really gotten into Soulwax, but now I'm like fully into Soulwax. This is Crack by Soulwax, and that's Crack starting with a K. Just hits you right in your soul. Okay, wow. You know what's funny? I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't even mean to say it hits you right in your soul because I know it's like soul wax. But damn, I mean, heavy. Wow. So 3 Points. Great job on locking in soul wax. That's gonna be a show. This is Graham's picks for 3 Points Music Festival 2024. If you're going to 3 Points Music Festival, this is the schedule that I recommend. Friday, I would start it off at 7:30 with Thunder Pony, followed by 8:30 Viva Vidal, 10 p.m. Jungle, 11 p.m. Horse Girl. I just want to see Horse Girl, the girl. That's got to be a show. 1 p.m. you can hit the beginning of Channel Trace, or you can get a really good spot for Beltran. What you do you. DJ Co's right after Beltran, and then get to Truevine and Bort until 4 a.m. I've listened to a ton of Truevine sets. Fantastic music. Saturday. Show up early and catch Rolly at 3 p.m. Then Rich Medina, Unmissable, 5:30. 6:30 Toru Ma, 8 p.m. Soulwax, Mwah. Then leave Soulwax a little bit early. Joe K, 10:30. That is the number one. On Graham's picks, that's number one. Joe K, 10:30. Then try to get an amazing seat for Justice. Dan, that honestly might be number one. Joe K, then Justice is just like insane. Then Seth Troxler, then Ball Grab. This has been Graham's picks for 3 Points Music Festival. My Funny House playlist has blown up. Last time I checked, it has over 200 likes. It probably has a lot more now, which is great. And the amount of people who have sent me funny house songs, keep sending them. I encourage you to send me funny house songs. Okay, this is When a Man Sings on a Track.
Too breaky, and that voice is too weak. I just hope he doesn't start singing LOL, but you know what? I like it when a man sings on a track. I like it when a man sings on a track. I know you hate it, but I just do it. So how you feel about that? I like it when that man...
Okay, we're done here. But funny house, it's my favorite genre. It's like ridiculous. Thank you for sending me all this amazing music. Make sure you save the Funny House playlist. It's in my... Yeah, okay, cool. In 2010, Jamie Jones and Seth Troxler came out with a compilation mix for Mixmag, and this is another Funny House song. It's called... Hey, hold on.
Yes, we is. Yes, we is.
That girl is good, that girl is fast, that woman that you want.
It's called Go On Do It. Save the Funny House playlist. There's never ending stuff like this. It's just ridiculous.
I'm gonna put it to you, baby. Do you understand that I'm the one you need? The only one indeed. I was down
Yes, he is.
on the ground.
Yes, he is.
She was fine.
Yes, she is.
She was mine.
Yes, she is.
Don't do it.
Yes, we is.
Okay, you get the point. It's like just ridiculous. Shout out to Jamie Jones and Seth Troxler in 2010. It's a 14-year-old song. Like that's kind of cool. I Shazammed this track when I saw Palsa play at Club Space in 2022, and it is part of the Funny House playlist. That's right, this is another Funny House Graham Radio clip. So I do my best to keep my channel PG. Some of the songs on the Funny House playlist are kind of PG-13 and rated R. Sorry. This is one of the PG-13 songs.
Good afternoon.
It's called Dr. Booty Grabber.
Would you like a drink?
And we're not going to get too far into the lyrics, but
Come on in.
just enjoy the Funny House playlist. It's just never ending, just funny house
So
songs.
my name is Dr. Booty Grabber.
Okay, we're getting out of this. Pinkbag Records just released 2 tracks. They're both kind of the same track. One of them is a remix of the other. It's called Tell It Like It Is, and it's by Lousy Lover. And no, that's not the nickname that my ex-girlfriend gave me. Lousy Lover is a fantastic artist, producer. Check him out. Now, what's really cool is that the other artist is Mezus. And I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. That's how it's spelled. Mezus just played at Mode. He opened up for Latman, and their 2-track EP, this Tell It Like It Is, certifiably groovy AF. Yeah, The palette of the pink bag.
If I want something, I make a way to get it. By all means necessary. I'm not gonna allow you to tell me no, because I feel like anything I want out here, I should be able to have. So, you know, hey, if you get played, then on you. There's nothing, I don't take no ground. If I want something, I make a way to get it.
I found a couple songs by Rossi that are incredible. This is Find Your Way by Rossi.
And some old favorites. Do you know this one?
Woohoo! By the way, when I'm in the club, oh wait, what's that new we're all fam in the club, like, okay. Never, I'm just gonna stop. Anyway, okay, when I'm in the club, this is how I dance. I'm not holding a Stanley Cup in the club. I wish I could though. But honestly, I usually have glasses on in the club because I like to close my eyes while I dance. Honestly, kind of locks me in. Maybe you feel me on that, you know? Wow, I didn't mean to get that deep right there, but that's the truth. You know, I like to lock in, kind of close my eyes, and I feel like there's something about wearing glasses that kind of makes me feel okay with closing my eyes a little bit more, you know? But maybe there's a psychologist out there who could analyze that, but this is Rossi. This is one of my weirdest clips. I hope you've really enjoyed it. One of my favorite pastimes is exploring every single song that a record label has to offer, especially when I've never heard of the record label. I have never heard of Tamango Records until very recently. Literally this past week, a friend of mine sent me a song by Tamango Records, and I said, okay, let me look into them. This is Some Grit by DeMarzo off of Tamango Records, and tell me this isn't just a like... It's just that bass line. It's almost like wet. Like, is that a weird thing to say? It almost feels like someone took a bass line and like put it in a little puddle of mud, or in a good way though. I'm not. It sounds cool. Yeah. So the Tamango Records, highly recommend checking them out. Very, very good stuff. And very, very good. Last week, I talked about a song by Beltran called Unfair, and it was rinsed by Golfos, which is Pausa and Dennis Cruz. I explained that I viewed Unfair as if it were a Shepard tone. Now, Shepard tone is a sound that almost feels like it's constantly going up. Now, in the comments, people correctly said, no, that's not a Shepard tone, and I knew it wasn't a Shepard tone, but this is a Shepard tone. This is Nocturne by Axel Bowman. Legendary song. You hear how it's constantly going up? So when I'm DJing, I have a playlist called WTF is Going On, because I just feel like there's certain songs where when you play them live, it's like the crowd is like, this is crazy. Where am I right now? And I feel like this is one of those songs. You hear that? It's just going up. That's a Shepard tone. Of all the record labels, I think that Muse is the best record label to go on runs to. You can really lock into this music because there's no crazy insane highs and there's no crazy insane lows. It stays very, very static. It almost stays at like maybe a 4 to about an 8, and it's always in that 6 to 7 range of energy. You can really just lock into Muse. It's so fantastic. Last week I talked about the song "Only to Find" by Bison Lopez. Bison Lopez is part of Muse. Okay, he's the A&R for Muse, and he has a ton of songs on Muse. This is another Bison Lopez track. This is his track "Smack That."
Small talk.
I was completely obsessed with this track. This is another one off of Muse. It's called First Time, and I have to read the artist names, and I'm gonna butcher them. Sorry. Marziano and Brown Fox. Well, I definitely did not murder those, or butcher them, excuse me. But these artists murdered this song. It sounds like, this is gonna sound weird. It's, just listen. I was gonna say, it sounds like Transformers going on a walk around a lake, which is like, what? But just listen. Wow. Okay. I'll say I definitely didn't butcher their names, but I think I butchered the drop, and I'm sorry about that. DJ Susan is just the man, and what a hilarious name for a DJ. But, ooh. So this is some older DJ Susan. This track is called Chit Chat. It's from 2021. Now, tell me, let's listen for a second.
Fuck the chit chat, yo son, let me hit that so I can kick back and concentrate on getting big cash.
So DJ Susan operates Hood Politics Records, aka Hood Poly, and it's just a greasy, beautiful, disgusting, awesome tech house record label. Now, this is Chit Chat by DJ Susan. Fantastic track. Love you, Sue. I feel like this would just absolutely pop off 1 in the afternoon at like just an amazing pool party where that pool party started around like 10 a.m. Like it started early. Maybe it's like a tailgate day, you know, but it's like a big pool party. I'm just saying this song would pop off there. This is a lesser known Diplo song, and it actually has Busta Rhymes and Melee on it. The fact that I mean, it's obviously very well known, you know, it's a Diplo song. It's called Right to Left. Let's just listen for a second, because it's fantastic. That's just a party. I'm gonna go. I feel like you just, you know, you hear this at the right time. You're just gonna go feral. Is that the right word? I'm sorry. So right now we're listening to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy, you might be his 10,000th monthly listener. I love finding these tracks with like 300,000 listens, 300,000 streams, and then the artist is like relatively unknown, because I feel like I'm investing in like a damn penny stock. Shaughnessy is fantastic. I've gone through a ton of his music. Check him out. This track is called 99 Problems. Certifiably groovy AF.
I'm better than I ever been. Classic. I'm better than I ever been. Times. I'm everywhere you never been, better than I ever been. Classic. I'm better than I ever been. Times. I'm everywhere you never been, better than I ever been. Classic.
I think Grizz sampled the same. I think Riz sampled it. I think Pretty Lights might have sampled it too.
Times. I'm everywhere you never been and better than I ever been.
Is it rude to call a song cute if it's by a big artist? I mean, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this is Simple One by Chase West. And I'm sorry, when I've listened to it a few times now. I love it. I think it's great. I mean, I'm making a video about it right now, but it's like cute, just let's listen for a minute.
And that's because the rhythms that I'm using is more of a poetic rhythm. It has a stronger groove, rather than being more like speech rhythm. So we tend to hear music, when we listen to music, we tend to hear music poetically, but I think when we play music, there's quite a strong tendency to use speech rhythms. That feeling of question and answer, call and response that kind of grows, it builds, it unfolds. Through that, we develop this sense of flow and patterning, and I always think it's a little bit like nature. It's a little bit like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
This is Visitors by Brian Softwell. The reason I want to make a video on this song is because I can really appreciate a good high end, and the way that the closed hats and the hi hat and the open hats and the perks and the toms all work together in this. It's just so meshed together. It's so well produced. I really think he did a great job with this. You hear that? A really fantastic song, and this is one of those songs, I use the phrase lock in a lot. Call me Davis Clark, we're locked in. Wow, what a terrible joke. But tracks like this and a lot of tracks that are on like record labels like Muse, it keeps a constant energy. It doesn't go too far up, it doesn't go too far down. It's just a groove, it's just a vibe, and that's what this track is. This is Visitors by Brian Softwell. This is another one off of Tamango Records. I went through all of Tamango Records' catalog and I found a ton of great stuff. This is the track Freaky Me by Obeid, and that's O-B-E-I-D.
You call me feeling so freaky. Do you see right through me?
I was on a walk and just like bouncing around to this song. It's so good. Like I was literally skipping to my loo to this song. Okay, I wasn't actually skipping to my loo. I'm just gonna shut up. Let's listen to the song.
Baby, don't you lie to me? You call me feeling so freaky. Do you see right through me? Don't wanna rape me, no. Baby, don't you lie to me?
Let's add a little spice to
Call me
it.
feeling so freaky. Do you see right through me? Don't wanna rape me, no.
This is another Tamango record, another one by Obeid. This guy is fantastic. He doesn't even have 2,000 monthly listeners. Go and listen to Obeid. That's O-B-E-I-D. This track is called For Real. And again, I was on a walk and literally just bouncing around to the song. Like it's such a good one. Like, come on. It has a bounce to it. When you listen to this, can you hear the bounce? I hope you can. And it's off Tamango Records. It's good stuff, huh? Come on now. I hear this and I'm like, why is this guy not super famous? Obeid, what a great track. The Obeid is the artist. The track is For Real. The only way that you're going to hear the track that you're currently listening to is if you're watching this clip or you know the person who made it. This is an unreleased track by Eric Chico. Who's Eric Chico? How about you scroll through the Graham Radio feed and learn who Eric Chico is. He just released on Solid Grooves Raw Volume 6 a track called Take Over, an incredibly hot track. He sent me a few unreleased tracks. This is a song called Warning. Okay, so let's groove a little bit. Now, the cool thing about this has full potential to be on the biggest record labels in the world. Think about it. He just released on Solid Grooves Raw. That's something to have on your resume, you know what I mean? I mean, like, this is the type of guy who should be headlining at Space. Wow, I just accidentally, so this is a standing desk, and I accidentally just, my hip made it stand up a little bit. Let's bring it back down. There we go. So yeah, Eric Chico. This is a guy who should be famous. Go and check out Eric Chico. You know, I waver as to whether or not I should talk about unreleased tracks that people send me, because it's like, I want to talk about tracks that you can go and find, but I also want to like put people on, and you know, it's kind of cool when people send me unreleased tracks. It's like honestly, it's kind of cool. It's like my favorite thing ever. I love exclusivity. That's a big part of Immersive Groove, my mix series. What we're listening to right now is an unreleased track. It's been written by big artists, but it's by Gauss, Gauss. Gauss has sent me a ton of music. He is. Let's just listen for a second. Gauss is just fantastic at. He sounds like Muse. Honestly, I'm just gonna say it straight up. I'm just gonna say it. Gauss is an artist who should be on Muse. That is like this track in particular. Well, so many of his tracks, but like in my opinion, he has that sound. Wow, this is a great song. I love it. Okay, so Pagu sent me this song, and it's unreleased. It is on the it's called Cosmic Snooze, and it's on the Mansa and Anto Dito EP, and it's like, I love it. It's great. Like, I feel like I'm in like, I don't want to say something rude here, but I feel like I'm in an elevator, but like not in a bad way. I feel like I'm in an elevator, like that's like going to like the coolest floor ever. Like, does that make sense? Like, I don't mean to say this is elevator music. It's not elevator music, but if I were in an elevator listening to this, I'd be like, this is incredible. Like, is that rude? I don't mean to be rude by when I say this, like, because it's not elevator music. Like, because this is incredible. But sorry, I feel like I've maybe offended some people. I'm crashing out. Okay, let's just listen. I love it. I mean, I'm playing it on my channel. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, we're good. Look, me in an elevator. Wow, this is a great song. I love it. Okay. This is either my best review or my worst review that I've ever made. This is The Chant by Danner, and it's off of Sosa's label, Coco. Now, you've probably heard this sample before, but the way that Danner stutters it right before the drop and then brings it right back in is just so... It is prime house music production. The low end is just on point. I mean, just high quality. I'm gonna whistle here. You ready? Rate that whistle in the comments. As a white guy, I'm into Dave Matthews. Now, Awakening is one of my favorite producers. He's a close friend of mine, and he actually has a regular spot at the end of every single Immersive Groove. I play one of his songs. His most recent song is an Afro House remix of a Dave Matthews song. Let's go. Let's just listen to it for a minute. Okay, here's my impression of Dave Matthews. Ready? Crash into me. Oh. Rate that in the comments. That was pretty good. Into you. I mean, come on. I could get up there with Dave. So I should say this is by Awakening, the Crash Into Me Awakening edit by Dave Matthews Band. Free download on SoundCloud. Cool. I will guarantee you that this track, if you play it live, everyone in the crowd will love it, regardless of the venue. Okay, this is Sativa Jazz by Abana. I found this track in the legendary B3B with Michael Bibi, Pausa, and Dennis Cruz. I've played this live multiple times, and it is just, everybody loves it. The water bottle sax. Totally missed the drop there. It's a song that's going to get everybody off their feet and just moving. Sativa Jazz by Abana. Amazing. I need someone to ID this track for me. Okay, I'm going to sing it. Here we go. And I found this. This is from the B3B, from the Bibi, Pausa, Michael, Dennis Cruz set. Okay, I'm going to sing it. Here we go. For real. I'm marvelous. I've Googled it. I've looked up playlists. I can't seem to find it. It's such a good song, but I just can't seem to find it. I'm gonna sing it again, okay? For real, I'm marvelous. So, okay, if you know that track, comment it. Thank you. I did not know who DJ Fronter was until he died. And after he died, I dove into his catalog and I fell in love. My two favorite producers are DJ Fronter and Harry Romero, and it's been like that for probably 2 years now. I'm a big fan of both of them. This is Dat Rez by DJ Fronter, and it has the coolest sounding drop. It just goes in a direction that you would not expect. Stick around until the drop. Seriously, stick around. It's so good. I feel like you're like in my car right now, and I'm like, we can't get out until it drops. Like, but. It just makes me think, like, that drop, I mean, what key is it in? Or, like, because there's some sort of key change there. I don't know, because that drop wasn't just like a normal, like, it doesn't just go straight into the groove. There's like I don't know. There's a music theorist out there who can talk more about that drop than I can, but it just sounds so cool. Boom. It sounds so cool.